This video outlines the functionality of the online form developed to assist parishes to meet the requirements of Schedules 1 and 2 of the Parish Governance Act, Parish Rules for Meetings and Offices. The introductory page outlines the purpose of the form, an explanation of the rule validations employed behind the scenes, what you will need before you commence, and simple instructions to complete the form, as well as where and how to get help if you need it. Please read this page carefully before you commence. Once you've read the full page, feel free to click on the green Continue button at either the top or the bottom of the screen to move to the first page of the form. This is the opening page of the form. As you can see, there are 3 buttons at the top right-hand side of the screen. These buttons are repeated on every page at both the top and the bottom of the screen. Also on the right-hand side of the screen through the form are instructions and information about what is required at each step, or in the case of the rules, instructions regarding the validations of the rules. Please read these instructions carefully before entering the details into the form. On the left of the screen, you will see a menu with numbers from 1 to 29 reflecting the parish rules. You may skip to any one of these rules at any time throughout the form. So the first page is all about your parish. This video will briefly outline the first couple of pages and the final page only, as the remainder is self-evident. About your parish. In the top section titled About Your Parish, you will need to identify your region and parish from the drop-down menus and then enter the names of your vicar and 3 church wardens. This information is gathered here so that it can be published with the approved rules in the formal parish rules document. All of the fields on the About Your Parish section will need to be completed. If your parish currently has less than 3 church wardens, you may need to enter vacant or something similar in the box. If any of the boxes here are left blank, you will receive an error message in red prompting you for further information. These error messages continue throughout the form to ensure that all information is correct before submitting for registration. About your local worship centres. The next section refers to the setup of your parish and whether it has 1 or more local worship centres in addition to the principal place of worship, and if so, whether parish rules have been further modified for the local worship centre or centres. Please select yes or no to the first question. If you select yes, a second question prompts again for a yes or no. About your statutory parish meetings. The third section of the parish details page requires information about the date of the statutory parish meeting where the modified rules were tabled and adopted, and the date when notice of the meeting was given. If necessary, please refer to section 16.4 of the Act for further information about these dates. If your parish has passed amendments to the modified parish rules, information relating to the date of the meeting and the notice given must also be entered. About your parish rules. The fourth section of the parish details page relates to the commencement and expiry dates of the modified parish rules as nominated by your parish. If no specific dates were agreed by your parish, feel free to leave this section blank and the default dates will automatically be accepted. Your related documents. The final section of the parish details page requires you to upload a copy of the minutes of your statutory parish meeting where the modified rules were adopted. The registrar will retain a copy of these minutes on file. Once you are confident you have entered all the information required and uploaded the minutes document, along with the minutes of any meetings where amendments to the rules were tabled and passed, please click Save and Continue to move to the next page. Schedule 1 and Rule 1. If you are familiar with the Parish Governance Act, you will see that the information on the screen is a direct copy of the text from Schedule 1 and below Rule 1. There is no action required for Rule 1, so for this example we will move through to Rule 3 by clicking Save and Continue twice. Rule 3. Rule 3 is our first opportunity to enter a modification to the standard set of rules. As with all the rule pages, the top part of the page is taken up with the text from Schedule 1 or 2 and the lower part reflects the modification to the rule. To modify a rule, simply tick the box next to Modify this rule, which sits on the top right of every rule within the shaded area of the screen. When you tick the box, the page will respond with the opportunity to enter further information and each rule is slightly different. In this case, you will see a green information message and a red error message appear. The green information advises you that as you make a selection, the text for the rule will change above. The red error message prompts with clear instructions to enter valid details. You will also notice the text for the rule changes on the screen if you toggle Modify this rule. This change will then be printed on the final document. Once a valid response is entered, the red message will disappear and you are free to move throughout the form. You may ignore red messages at any time if you wish. However, At the Finalise and Submit page, you will be prompted to return to the unresolved validations and enter appropriate responses before the form can be successfully submitted. If at any point you would like to save the form and return to complete it later, simply click on Close and Continue Later. You will see a different screen with the short name of your parish and your own name. To retrieve the form, simply click on the short name of the parish. If you were to come back to it tomorrow, open a new form as per usual, and once you arrive at the parish details or any other page, click on the Close and Continue Later, and you will find yourself once again at this screen where you may retrieve your partially completed form. Let's move through to Schedule 2 and Rules 25 to 29 now. The responses here are dependent on your selection to the question on the Parish Details page. If your parish does not have a local worship centre or centres, or that centres or centres has not elected to modify the parish rules, you will not be able to modify any of the rules from 25 to 29. So simply skip through to the Finalise and Submit by either clicking Save and Continue a number of times, or directly by the left menu and clicking on Finalise and Submit. As you can see, a red button appears on this page. Once you are satisfied with your entries for each of the modified rules as determined by your parish, click the Save and Submit button. If there are sections or rules that have not passed the requisite validation, a message will appear prompting you to resolve an error. Click OK and the form will take you back to the page in question. Once you completed the required changes to satisfy the inbuilt rule validations, click Save and Continue to save the change and then return to the Finalise and Submit page using the left nav menu. If all has gone well, you will receive an information message, Submit Successful. Click OK. The form will then automatically send you an email confirmation message advising you the form was submitted successfully and that you can expect to receive a second system-generated email within 24 hours containing a link to the registered and authorised parish rules document. The next day you can expect to receive a message containing a link to the modified parish rules document. If your email client does not show the hyperlinks in blue, simply copy and paste the URL into your browser to obtain the document. You will need to be logged into the parish portal, or alternatively, the link will prompt you to log in. Here is a sample of what you can expect to receive. You are welcome to save a copy from your browser, and the register will also retain a copy. This completes the instructional video. As a final reminder, if you need assistance with the online form at any stage, please refer to the Get Help section of the Parish Rules form. For technical assistance, you can email helpdesk@melbourneanglican.org.au at any time. Or, for information about the Parish Governance Act or the Parish Rules for Meetings and Offices, you can email registrar@melbourneanglican.org.au. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.